Hello everyone. It's a pleasure to return with another positive word. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining me. Yes, we've all heard the phrase growing up, use your common sense. Where is your common sense? Why can't you use a common sense? Common sense should tell you. Common sense. What is common sense? Who is common sense? Where is it? How do we find it? Who gives it to us? Um, how common is common sense? Well, common sense is common sense. Go do the research, find out what it is. But do we all have equal dose of this essential commodity? Are some people better gifted with it than others? Or can we say that some people were not supplied with it? Would it be correct to tell a person to use his or her common sense if he or she haven't got it? How do you identify a person who's got common sense? Well, I do not really want to go into a long speech on this, but I think it is safe to conclude that all human beings God made with some common sense. However, the onus is on every one of us on how we use our common sense, irrespective of the dosage we have been given. Well, owing to the fact that we live in an age when so-called smart people in various places, organizations, agencies, overestimated university campuses, where those people with titles can chant, sing, march, protest, and pledge allegiance to apparent terrorist, evil people in the world, common sense is no longer common. I don't think anyone in his or her right senses will support evil, no matter how emotional the lies about that evil was presented. A person with common sense will know that a man can never become a woman. Yes, that man can mutilate himself, chop off genitals, consume all the cocktails of chemicals produced for the likes of himself. He will only end up as a caricature of the authentic fellow he was born as. They know deep down nothing changes. They can act, pretend you're the same man. Many of the ideologies in the world today, they somehow make the lower animals like goats, pigs, chicken, fish. Those lower animals, those ideologies tend to make the lower animals somehow be more endowed with common sense than some humans. How is it that if you study animals in the wild anywhere, you never see a male lion run after another male and vice versa for the female? If that is done, it is usually because that male animal wants to defend and protect his territory from the other male whose presence might spell danger. It is safe to conclude that although common sense was apportioned to all human beings, many people intentionally opted to discard this valuable part of being human to become mere tools which are used by anybody who shows up with whatever nonsensical belief or cause. Common sense is not common. I do not assume that people will act, speak, or behave rationally when I encounter them for the first time. As a matter of fact, this helps to not be disappointed because I anticipate the most idiotic speeches, actions, and I'm pleasantly surprised when people prove me otherwise. Because you hear the most idiotic nonsense, the most insane words, views, opinions, and you wonder, is this person for real? Are they joking? further discussions just prove that they are actually serious. And so, yeah. So if I meet people for the first time, I take it that that's a species, might not have the common sense commodity, and it might be a difficult conversation, but eventually they prove themselves. So that's the thoughts for today about common sense. Let me know your thoughts. Is common sense still common, or has it become absent and non-existent in the world today? What do you think? I'd like to hear from you. Thank you for your time today. Until I come your way again, it's goodbye for now. You use your common sense. Use it because we all got supplied some at birth.